They're done. And it's no wonder everyone avoided them like the plague.
TMZ just dropped a bomb on Blake Lively.
Oh my God. Matt Damon just exposed Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and the drama is explosive. Hollywood's golden couple allegedly sabotaged Damon's Deadpool 2 cameo to keep the spotlight firmly on themselves. Leaked voicemails, explosive meltdowns, and backstage power moves. This isn't just gossip, it's Hollywood warfare. Let's go back to when Deadpool 2 came out. Remember all those amazing cameos? Brad Pitt appeared for like a split second, Alan Tudyk had that tiny scene, and Matt Damon was completely unrecognizable in prosthetics for that bathroom humor bit. Sounds like harmless fun, right? A quick cameo, an Easter egg for fans, everyone goes home happy. Well, apparently there was serious drama simmering behind that comedic moment. Sources say Ryan Reynolds, who wasn't just starring, but co-writing and producing, allegedly wanted complete creative control over every single cameo.
We are still waiting on the amended lawsuit from Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. They're supposed to be adding names or evidence, who knows, but today is the due date.
The rumors suggest Ryan treated the entire movie as his personal playground, and if anyone was going to shine, it would be on his terms only. And then there's the Blake Lively factor. Insiders say she supposedly inserted herself into production and started suggesting changes. And I'm not talking about minor tweaks. We're talking about WHO gets screen time and how much. Sources claim Matt's original cameo was way longer and funnier, but after Blake's friendly suggestions, it was allegedly chopped down to almost nothing. Imagine Matt Damon, suddenly fighting for scraps of screen time in a movie he was invited to be part of. And this was just the beginning of the drama. When Ryan and Blake realized Matt was confirmed, things supposedly went from bad to worse. We're talking last-minute script changes, scene rewrites, dialogue adjustments. The entire cameo Matt agreed to was allegedly transformed into something completely different. Sources claim Ryan demanded more solo lines while Blake supposedly pushed to cut scenes that didn't highlight Ryan's comedy. And poor Matt Damon, Oscar winner, global icon, consummate professional, was caught in this creative hurricane, reportedly forced to renegotiate what should have been a simple, fun appearance. According to insiders, Damon's team got dragged into frantic negotiations with producers and lawyers. Contracts were supposedly amended on the fly while Matt was left wondering how a friendly cameo had turned into such a nightmare. Did Ryan feel threatened? Was Blake maneuvering behind the scenes to make sure her husband remained the undisputed star? Whatever the truth, what was meant to be a friendly cameo had allegedly turned into an all-out war. The tension was apparently so thick you could cut it with a knife. And let's not forget, Matt Damon isn't some D-list actor desperate for screen time. He's a Hollywood legend with an Oscar. Sources say Matt initially tried to keep things professional, but there's only so much a person can take. The whispers suggest that what was originally planned as a substantial scene with actual dialogue was whittled down to practically nothing. Imagine spending hours in the makeup chair for prosthetics, only to find out your role has been reduced to essentially a bathroom joke. The disrespect is mind-blowing. But as dramatic as the contractual issues were, the real chaos happened off paper, involving massive egos, uncontrollable rage, and the kind of explosive drama.
Blake Lively did not even read the book that the movie was based on.
Correct.
And we're not talking War and Peace.
That would make any PR team break out in cold sweats. Let's talk about those rumored meltdowns. You know, the stuff Hollywood pretends doesn't happen, but leaves lasting damage when it does. Sources say there was a moment so chaotic on set that crew members actually left early just to escape the drama. Apparently, Matt had a complete, "What the hell is happening?" breakdown after discovering his scene had been changed again without any warning. One production assistant reportedly overheard Matt saying, "This is not what I signed up for. Can you imagine being a fly on that wall?" But here's where it gets even crazier. There are supposedly voicemails and texts where Matt allegedly unloads on Ryan and Blake for what he called manipulative backdoor moves. Words like disrespectful and career sabotage were reportedly thrown around. One insider even claimed Blake Lively herself showed up unannounced on set, pulled the director aside, and demanded the cameo be refocused to better match the film's comedic tone, which apparently meant making Ryan look even better. Sources say Blake was overheard saying things like, "That's not working for us, and Ryan's character needs to be the focal point here." The use of "us" raised eyebrows among the crew, suggesting this was more about personal spotlight than serving the story. Fans have noticed how Matt visibly tensed up during press junkets whenever Deadpool 2 was mentioned. He either avoided the question entirely or gave vague answers that felt strangely cold for a movie promotion. At one particular interview, when asked about his experience on set, Matt allegedly gave a tight smile and said, "It was interesting. Let's leave it at that." Yikes. Ryan and Blake have spent years crafting their perfect couple image. The witty banter, the parenting jokes, the effortless glamour. We've all fallen for it. But what happens when that carefully constructed image doesn't match what's happening behind closed doors? Multiple sources say the couple's public personas couldn't be further from how they allegedly behaved during production. The same Ryan who jokes about self-deprecation allegedly couldn't handle sharing even a minute of screen time with another A-lister. The same Blake who presents herself as down-to-earth and supportive was reportedly micromanaging scenes she wasn't even in.
Is my favourite story, I think, in showbiz this year. The Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively.
Multiple sources described the couple as entitled, calculating, and uncompromising during production, the complete opposite of their public personas. There's speculation they used their power to control not just Matt's scene, but other cameos too, trimming any performance that might outshine Ryan. Even Brad Pitt was allegedly pushed to shoot under ridiculously tight constraints. This isn't just ego. It's image curation at its most ruthless. The pattern supposedly didn't stop with Matt and Brad either. Several other potential cameos were allegedly scrapped completely when it became clear they wouldn't conform to the Reynolds lively vision. One source claims a popular comedian was lined up for a sequence, but after Blake reportedly suggested adjustments, they mysteriously became unavailable. And Matt's inner circle, including Ben Affleck and possibly George Clooney, allegedly started calling out the couple's behavior privately. According to insiders, Affleck advised Matt to walk away completely, warning him not to get caught in a situation controlled by someone else's ego. "It's not worth it, man," Ben supposedly told Matt. "You don't need this kind of drama." Clooney, always the voice of reason in Hollywood circles, reportedly joked that trying to outshine Ryan in his own movie was like walking into a lion's den wearing a meat suit. But behind the humor was genuine concern for his friend's professional reputation. When rumors of Matt's discontent started circulating, Ryan and Blake supposedly kicked their PR machine into overdrive. More cute couple posts, adorable family moments, witty online exchanges, all allegedly designed to drown out the growing whispers. Industry insiders say their social media presence increased by nearly 40% during this period. Coincidence? I think not. One media expert noted, when celebrities suddenly amp up their perfect couple content, it's often because they're trying to control a narrative that's slipping away from them. And boy, did they ramp it up. They appeared at charity events, gave surprise interviews, and even shared never-before-seen wedding photos, suspiciously timed right when these rumors started swirling. According to multiple sources, Matt eventually started dropping hints about the experience. At one private industry event, he allegedly told a small group that the cameo didn't go as promised. Another insider claims Matt told an interviewer off the record that working with certain people on Deadpool 2 was like navigating a vanity project disguised as a comedy. When a colleague reportedly asked if he'd work with Ryan again, Matt supposedly gave a knowing laugh and said, "I think once was enough for both of us." The subtext was crystal clear to everyone in the room. Even more telling, Matt supposedly turned down an offer to appear in Deadpool 3. Some say it was scheduling conflicts, but others insist it was Matt making a quiet but firm statement. Never again. And in Hollywood, actions speak louder than words. Declining a high-profile cameo in what's sure to be a massive box office, Hit sends a message that no press release ever could. The ripple effects are allegedly spreading beyond just Matt Damon. Sources say other A-listers are now thinking twice before agreeing to cameos in Ryan's projects. No one wants to fly across the country, sit in makeup for hours, only to have their scene butchered, one agent reportedly said. So what happens now? Will this story fade away, or is this just the beginning of a bigger Hollywood unraveling? Reputation is everything in this town. There's even talk that other actors are now distancing themselves from cameo projects involving Ryan Reynolds. Several potential cameos for upcoming Reynolds projects have supposedly fallen through, with stars citing scheduling conflicts. Hollywood code for, "I heard what happened with Matt and I want no part of that." The industry is allegedly watching closely. Will Ryan and Blake address the rumors or continue their strategy of drowning out negativity with carefully curated positivity? Will fans start to see through the perfect couple facade? Something dark happened on that Deadpool 2 set behind those perfect Instagram smiles. One Hollywood legend walked away, Others are now refusing cameos, and a power couple's flawless image might finally be cracking. The warning is clear. Cross Hollywood's most image-conscious couple, and you'll pay the price. The question isn't if there's drama behind the scenes. It's how much more we haven't uncovered yet.